Hello, this is Susan Duclos with Before It's News and Wake Up America. Today is December 29th, 2013. Earlier I reported that the Fukushima Unit 3 reactor is steaming. That comes directly from TEPCO via ENE News. It happened on the 24th, the 25th, and the 27th. And it was also reported on Before It's News by Live Free or Die that dust, rain, fog, food, and water are all ways radiation can get into the body. We'll consider this a part 2 because Turner Radio Network is putting out a news flash and saying urgent. The steam suddenly emanating from Fukushima Reactor 3, west coast of North America, should begin preparations for possible radiation cloud within 3 to 5 days. First off, we already know that radiation is on the west coast already from the previous emanating of radiation from Japan's Fukushima nuclear plant. We've seen the Geiger counters on the beaches of San Francisco. So once you see what this says, you realize that that's about to get a whole lot worse. Persons residing on the west coast of North America should immediately begin preparing for another possible onslaught of dangerous atmospheric radiation from the Fukushima nuclear disaster site in Japan. The Tokyo Electric Power Company, TEPCO, says radioactive steam has suddenly begun emanating from previously exploded nuclear reactor building number 3 at the Fukushima disaster site in Japan. TEPCO says they do not know why this is happening and cannot go into the building to see what's happening due to the damage and lethal radiation levels in that building. Experts say this could be the beginning of a spent fuel pool criticality, which is a meltdown, involving up to 89 tons of nuclear fuel burning up into the atmosphere and heading to North America. The steam photo, full details, and suggested methods to protect yourself are below in this article. I will make sure there is a link to this article below. On December 28th, the TEPCO Electric Power Company admitted steam was seen billowing out of reactor building number 3, saying the steam appeared to be coming from what's left of the 5th floor of the mostly destroyed building. It is widely known that the persons cannot get inside reactor building number 3 because it's severely damaged and highly radioactive, so TEPCO cannot state for certain what is happening in that building or why. TEPCO admits they do not know why the steam is being generated, but matter-of-factly revealed today, December 28th, this was written yesterday, of course, the steam was first spotted on December 19th for a short period of time, then again on December 24th, and again on December 25th. Nuclear energy experts have told TNR that the only way this could be happening is if radioactive material previously ejected from the reactor explosion in March 2011 has mixed together with other materials and begun its own self-sustaining reactions, also known as criticality. Put simply, another meltdown may be taking place. There are basically 2 possibilities if another meltdown is in progress. 1, pellets of radioactive fuel ejected when the reactor exploded have mixed together and mini meltdowns are taking place with those small clumps of pellets. This would not be a horrific problem and may be manageable. Or 2, pellets of radioactive fuel ejected when the reactor exploded went into the spent fuel pool located above the reactor and have begun melting down so seriously they are boiling off the water in the spent fuel pool. Since steam is visible, experts tell TRN that scenario number 2 above is the most likely scenario, and if so, it would be an absolute nightmare, worse than the original Fukushima disaster. The spent fuel pool was situated on the 4th floor above reactor number 3, and if this is the source of the steam, the situation could escalate rapidly out of control. As shown in the diagram to the left, right here, the spent fuel pool is not a contained structure. It's literally a pool filled with water to keep old fuel cool. The metal radioactive fuel, once removed from the nuclear reactor, remains hot enough to melt itself for 2 or 3 years after being removed from a reactor. The experts tell TRN that if steam is coming out of the reactor building number 3, this could very well be the start of a much worse radiation release, because once the spent fuel pool begins its own reactions, all of it will be uncontrolled and uncontrollable. To provide insight into how much trouble this could be, the chart below proves that, according to TEPCO, reactor number 3 was loaded with 566 fuel assemblies. The spent fuel pool in reactor building number 3 contains 514 assemblies, about 89 tons. If that goes critical, there's nothing to contain the radiation, which will go directly into the air. There's more. I will, as I said, put a link so you can come and take a look at all of it. Thank you for listening, and West Coast, be prepared, be aware, and keep your eye out